The first question is, how excited are you about this podcast?
I am very excited about this podcast. I've actually been wanting to have a podcast at Spaulding for a while, but didn't know if anybody would take on that, and I knew that I couldn't take it on myself. So when the idea was presented by you guys, I thought it was just awesome. I was so excited that I was going to just hurt and make it all happen.
Good morning, everybody. I am Cheyenne Anderson from the Spaulding podcast, and I'm here with DQ Green, an 8th grader. Should I say hi to everybody?
Hello, everybody.
I can ask DQ a few questions. All right, question 1. Have you heard about the Spaulding podcast?
Yes, recently in Ms. Duffy's class.
I have 3 index cards here. I want you to pick one.
The question says, what are you planning to achieve in Spaulding Middle? Well, what I'm planning to achieve is to make it to high school and try to have good grades, no bad behavior issues, and none of that.
What benefits do you think the Spaulding Middle School podcast will bring?
Definitely, it's going to show, well, it's already show initiative, when we got students that want to jump out and do something like this. Going to have others, because you're taking a leadership role in doing this. So hopefully there are other students who will see and follow. And this is high level right here. This is like a level of excellence that you don't see students taking as far as that initiative to doing this. So I'm looking forward to not only what you guys are doing, but the legacy that you're going to leave.
Good morning, guys. I'm here with Miss Stevens, 8th grade social studies teacher. Would you like to say hi?
Hi, Tigers.
Anyway, so I've come to ask you a few questions about our podcast. All right. Have you heard about our podcast yet?
I have heard about the podcast. Tristan came around and handed me the flyers to hang up, so we've done that, and I'm super, super excited.
How excited are you for this podcast?
I'm crazy excited. This is a new thing for Spaulding Middle School, and I think it's just a great activity for our students and a great way to make sure that we're up with current technology and getting you guys ready for the future.
Good. What are you expecting from this podcast?
Well, honestly, Cheyenne, I don't know very much about podcasts, but so what I hope is that you guys will be able to just really highlight all the positive things about Spaulding. We've got so many great things going on here, and I'm convinced that we have the best students in Darlington County, potentially in all of South Carolina. So I'm really hoping to see those things highlighted.
What are you planning to achieve in Spaulding Middle School?
For myself, this is my 21st year teaching in Lamar. Most of those have been at Spaulding Middle School. So I just really want to continue to hopefully make a positive impact on the lives of students here in Lamar, to hopefully encourage some students to become educators, but most of all just to help students make good choices and inspire them to be the best that they can be.
Oh, what made you say yes to such a venture about the Spaulding Middle School podcast?
Why not? This is an awesome idea. I especially like the fact that it's student-led. That makes me more excited that it's student-led. It's not like something that teachers are saying you got to do, and this is what you do to get a grade for it. This is student-led. This is something you all excited about doing. So it's a wonderful thing. Plus, we get to hear from the students. I like the fact that you all send topics out. Suggestions out, so we get to hear the students' voices. In a format that's that's cool, that's comfortable, that's that's new, innovative.
Good afternoon. I am Cheyenne Anderson. I'm here with Mallory Buller, 7th grader, and I'm going to ask you a few questions. So Mallory, have you ever heard of the podcast before?
No.
Okay then. Hope you subscribe, but you'll learn about it. All right. I have 3 index cards here. I want you to pick one. Are you excited about the podcast?
Sure.
Why?
Because you're on it.
All right. That was a good answer.
I know that it's student-led and that we're free to talk about plenty, I'm sure. But I'm sure that plenty of students watching this right now are wondering, what are the limitations of the Spaulding podcast?
I can't say what the limitations are. I would just hope that everyone would respect one another and respect one another's opinions, ideas, values, cultures, ideologies, just the overall respect. That would be great, because this represents Spaulding Middle School. So really, no real limitation other than just respect, and respect pretty much covers it all.
Goes a long way.
Mm-hmm, exactly, goes a long way.
Respect is something you should take out of the podcast too. Is something that everyone should
That's right.
just have
That's
in their
right.
moral code.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us for the Spaulding podcast interview.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it's an honor. And I just ask you a few questions. The first one is, have you heard of the Spaulding podcast?
Oh yes, I've heard of this Spaulding podcast, and I've heard of this through our weekly newsletter sent to us by Mrs. Jones.
And are you excited about the Spaulding podcast?
I am excited because it's student-derived, and I think that's what I'm excited about mostly, because it's good to see our students fully participating in school and the upliftment of our school.
And what are you expecting from the Spaulding podcast?
I think I'm expecting to see full participation from all parties, and I'm expecting to hear about the issues that we are seeing across the school and solutions being garnered for these issues.
What are some of your future plans for Spaulding Middle? Just your plans for the future?
I would say, as an ELA teacher, I would love to see all our students mastering reading, and that's mainly because the skills gathered through mastering reading, those are crucial for learning to take place in all areas. And for me, that means that I will have to do what is necessary to ensure that I maintain my link in the chain for that goal to be realized.
So if we brought people on here, would you mind if we talked about if their businesses are running, like if they're selling bracelets or necklaces or anything like that? Would you mind if we start talking about that on here?
That'd be fine.
I think talking about businesses would be a great way of showing how students are capable of just being independent.
Absolutely.
But
And
responsibility.
right, and a lot of students have been taking career class with Ms. Johnson. They're learning about entrepreneurships, and so they've been. I know some of the classes have been doing. Your class, you all did some type of proposal once before with entrepreneurships. Was that last year?
That
You
one,
and Kanaya
yeah.
and
Riley.
Riley. So this would just be a part of it. The marketing aspect of it. So let them see. At an early age. I have these ideas. I'm selling these bracelets, and then this is the opportunity for me to market. So it's a learning experience.
That's a great way of putting it.
Have you heard of the
Yes.
Spaulding Middle podcast? You have heard of the Spaulding Middle podcast. Great. And have you subscribed to the Spaulding Middle School podcast? You have not. Well, make sure to go ahead and do that. Great. Now, I have 3 index cards here, and I want you to just choose one.
Then I'm trying to bring like a security.
But what about things such as gaming or other means of stress relieving that students do outside of school?
That's great. Gaming? Yes. I think it's a good thing. Stressful gaming. I don't see anything wrong with it. As long as you know how to find that balance. You're not just gaming all the time. But you know how to take care of your chores, do your homework, and then the gaming, But that is a stress release, and also a belief, but also on the type of game. Now, anything that's going to, you're going to consume yourself with a whole bunch of shooting and that kind of stuff might not be good. So I think you shouldn't overindulge in too much of the same thing, But it helps out with, hand-eye coordination. Just the multitude of things that gaming does do. But we should have to find that balance.
Good afternoon. I'm here with Miss McCary to interview her for the Spaulding High School podcast.
Hello.
And I would just have a few questions for you. The first one being, have you heard of the Spaulding High School podcast?
I have definitely heard of the podcast already. I've seen the posters in the hall.
I heard people talking about it, and I really look forward to seeing what you guys are going to be doing.
Right, and are you excited about what we're doing?
I'm definitely excited. I'm curious as to what you guys are going to be covering, talking about it. I can't wait to listen. I'm very excited. It's our first ever podcast since I've been here. So I really look forward to hearing it and seeing what you guys are going to be doing.
Okay, and what are you expecting from this podcast?
I expect, I guess you guys kind of will talk about things going on at school, things that affect students in life right now, things that other people can relate to, kind of updates, news, information, all kind of big, major, important things for all of us.
Yeah, and what are your plans for the future of Spaulding?
I think that Spaulding is definitely on the up. I think we're going to continue to help students grow, help students build skills that are going to help them with life and, things that they do in the real world and in future academics, college, high school, whatever they decide to do. And I look forward to helping them achieve those.
What do you think about movie reviews?
I like movie reviews myself. Before I go to a movie, I like to look at the reviews. I kind of don't like looking at trailers now because sometimes they show too much. It becomes spoiling.
Or it's
spoiling.
just like showing from other movies, not that exact movie or something.
Right, yeah. So
they do on TikTok or whatever.
yeah, I like reviews, period. Even when I'm buying things, I like to look at the reviews and see what others have to say about it. And then I make my decision based. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to like it and not going to like it. Mm-hmm. But at least you have some frame of reference, going in. Like you see everybody saying it's horrible or, it's too much profanity or it's too much this. Then, I'm like, maybe not. But you got one person saying something and it was not good. And like, okay, but yet you got, 50 other people saying it was wonderful, it was the best movie ever. So, I like to read reviews.
I like to look at like the summary, if they're gonna watch a movie or read the book. I'm like, look at the summary, see what it's about, see if it sparks my interest or not.
Right.
I don't look at reviews because you hardly get reviews on books. You just like talk like the mainstream people writing about it. Mm-hmm. So I just like to look at the summary and everything.
That's good. Yes.
What are your plans or your visions for the future of Spaulding?
Ooh, I see big things with Spaulding. Just continuing on the trajectory that we're going for excellence, just continuing to have the growth and the achievement, continuing to have the creativity, podcast starting out, podcast this year and, next year we can move on to other things, just growth. I'm excited about it.
Showing students capabilities and their accomplishments are an amazing thing that I feel like all schools should do. And so I think what you're doing here at Spaulding is just amazing for allowing students to create things such as podcasts and
Oh yeah, that's what it's
all
all
about. It really helps the students bring out their creativity, not to be like all shy and stuff. Like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't want to ask. Like, I'm too afraid to do it or whatever. So it just like really brings out like the creativity part of their brains. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Let me go ask if I can do this and stuff like that. Just like brings out their ideas.
Yes, and I like it. I get excited when students send me emails with ideas. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because a lot of people won't do that. Like you said, Shine, like, I don't know if I'm going to get rejected, but you never know. I mean, the worst thing that happens is I say no. But I love getting proposals and what do you think about this idea? And then a lot of students are shocked when I say, yeah. And if I had to say no, it won't be a complete no. It'll be like, okay, well, what about if we do this? What if we add this, to kind of make it so that it's fair or, that kind of stuff. But I want to include everybody. It's not just my way or the teacher's way. Students have ideas. You all have voices. Speak up. Let it happen.
I was wondering what would be some of the largest roles that students have in building the future of Spaulding.
Wow.
Deep one.
That's a deep one. Well, I can tell you right now something that I've seen a large role. I've seen you guys in English 1 like teach the class.
I'd love to do that.
Yes, I mean that's something that you didn't know you wouldn't have seen in the past. Like the teacher taught and you all worked in groups and whatnot. But I've seen it where, like Ms. Duffus was absent one day and it was like, she was, the kids know what to do. I just uploaded and you guys just went and you all rocked it out. So, I mean, just that right there is just one example, and then you all taking the ball and leading it with the podcast. We ordered the stuff and said, here, have that. Here's your room. You came in here and set it up. You and Mr. Bowtie, and you knew who to get. You had Mr. Alexander come in and Giant, you all did this. So things like that. Here, you got it. Make it happen.
Definitely have to appreciate what Miss J is doing as well.
Oh yeah.
She is really helping the students.
Oh yeah, I love your class.
Like, she's really,
I've only had her for 2 years though, but she's awesome.
she really enforces the fact that we need to respect each other's opinions, be respectful to one another.
That's right.
And I think what she's doing is amazing.
That's right. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
That's it. All right. Well, thank you very much.
We're gonna end it here.
All right.
Thank you for having.
All right. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Cheyenne. I have three index cards here. I want you to pick one. What are you? I have 3 index cards here. I want you to pick one. Okay. I have 3 index cards here. I want you to pick one. Alright. Count down from 3. 4. Okay. I have 3 index cards here. I want you to pick one.
Okay. You can cut it out.
I can't.
I'm the same way.
You started the recording? Okay. So.
Look at the camera, alright?
Yeah, I've started the recording, so you can start now.
3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, I'm here with Mallory Bullard, a 7th grader, and today I'm going to ask her a few questions about the Spaulding podcast. Okay, Mallory. Good afternoon, I am Cheyenne Anderson. What are you planning to achieve at Spaulding Middle School? Get out. No.
Okay. Stop laughing.
Don't do it.
No, you can't say it.
I got on video. Yeah.
That's going in bloopers, and I'm not happy about it. You've got to record. I can't with this.
What are you planning to achieve at Spaulding Middle School? What's to answer it?
Well, what am I supposed to answer with?
You say it out loud.
Oh.
What are you planning to achieve at Spaulding Middle School?